A violin sighs beneath golden lights. Laughter fills the ballroom. Champagne sparkles in crystal glasses. Isabella, elegant and distant, stands among the rich and powerful, her engagement ring shimmering like a chain. She watches the crowd like a prisoner in a silk cage. A waiter passes Khalil, lean, composed, carrying a tray. Their eyes meet. His hand trembles slightly. He tries to look away. Her mother leans in. "That boy is not your kind," she whispers. Isabella sets down her glass and walks straight toward Khalil. "Don't look away. I've already fallen." Khalil blinks. Confused. Curious. Nervous. Later, outside the hotel under the night sky, he lights a cigarette. Isabella appears beside him. "You don't smoke," she says. "Not really," he replies. "But I pretend when I want to disappear." She looks at him. "Let's disappear then." They walk. Down the street. Away from the lights. They talk. He tells her he's from Rwanda. A refugee. He works 2 jobs. Sends money home. Reads books he borrows from a kind librarian who doesn't ask for ID. She listens. She tells him her life is perfect from the outside, but empty inside. No one asks her what she wants. They only tell her who she should be. They meet again. At a gallery. She sketches him. He brings her fresh juice from the place where he washes dishes. They laugh. She shows him a drawing of his eyes. "You look like someone who's seen too much but still chooses hope," she says. He blushes. One night, her father finds out. Khalil is summoned to the senator's office. The room is cold. Polished. Silent. "You think she loves you?" the senator asks. "She's a Monroe. You're a footnote in her rebellion. Walk away, and I'll forget you ever existed. Stay, and I promise, your life will collapse." Khalil doesn't respond. He walks out. Heart heavy. Isabella waits at the abandoned railway bridge. She shivers. He arrives late. She sees something in his eyes. "What did he say?" she asks. "That I'm gasoline." She kisses him. "Then let's burn the whole lie down." They meet in secret. In cafes. In alleyways. At dawn, they drink cheap coffee and whisper poetry. At night, she sketches under moonlight while he talks about building a school back home one day. But the city begins to whisper. Someone sees them. A photo leaks. Headlines scream. Senator's daughter dating immigrant waiter. Her family implodes. Her mother throws a glass. Her father's phone rings all night. Donors back out. The engagement is called into question. Khalil is fired. Threatened. Aisha, his younger sister, is harassed at school. "You need to leave her," Aisha says. "You can't fix the world by loving one girl." But Khalil only answers, "She is the world I want to fix for." Isabella is locked in the house. Her phone taken. She writes letters she can't send. Her sketchbook fills with drawings of Khalil, his hands, his smile, his silence. The wedding is rushed. A distraction. Public control. On the morning of the ceremony, Isabella stares in the mirror. Her dress fits perfectly. Her heart does not. Khalil is arrested the same day. No charges. No explanation. In detention, he waits. No visitors allowed. Then one night, through the glass, she appears. A miracle. A storm. "I will get you out," she says. "Even if you don't," he replies. "Loving you was enough." Her tears fall, but she smiles. On the wedding day, the guests gather. Paparazzi circle the venue. Andrew stands at the altar. The senator beams. But the doors slam open. Isabella walks in alone. No bouquet. Just boldness. She steps to the microphone. "My name is Isabella Monroe. But I'm not here to marry Andrew. I'm here to say I'm done pretending. I fell in love with someone who has less money but more courage. Less power but more soul." Gasps echo. Her mother faints. The senator walks out. That night, Olivier, Khalil's friend, leaks a video of her speech. It goes viral. Protesters gather. The detention center is stormed with reporters. A judge reviews the case. Finds nothing. Releases Khalil. The next day, Isabella meets him at the same railway bridge. She brings his torn-up sketchbook. She's taped it back together. "You still want to disappear?" she asks. "Only if it's with you." Isabella stands still in a river of expensive gowns and handshakes. She's beautiful, but detached, a bird in a cage of diamonds. Her fiancé, Daniel, rich and polished, charms guests with his investment portfolio and fake laugh. Isabella barely looks at him. Her parents hover, managing conversations like a campaign. She watches her future get sealed behind smiles that aren't hers. Khalil pushes through the crowd in a crisp white server uniform. He balances a tray like it's part of his body. His eyes are calm, but tired. The second he turns toward her, their eyes meet. Not a glance, a collision. He freezes. She stares. The air folds around them. Then he quickly looks down and walks away. She follows him outside onto the balcony. She pretends to admire the view. "You looked like you wanted to say something," she says. Khalil hesitates. "I'm not supposed to talk to guests." "Then be a rebel," she says. He smirks quietly. She presses. "Where are you from?" "Rwanda," he replies. "But I live 5 lives away from here." They talk. About art, about freedom. He tells her he writes poetry on receipts. She says she paints emotions she's not allowed to feel. They laugh. It's warm. Real. Until her mother's voice cuts through. "There you are," her mother says. "Everyone's waiting for you inside." The spell breaks. Khalil nods politely and disappears. The next day, Isabella slips away from her brunch meeting to visit the small library he mentioned. She doesn't find him, but she leaves a note. "You never told me your favorite poem." He finds it that night. He doesn't reply. But he smiles deeply. Days pass. They keep meeting. Always in secret. A cafe on the edge of the city. A public park at sunrise. He tells her about Aisha, his younger sister, and how he promised their mother he'd protect her. She tells him her life feels like a beautiful prison. He tells her she deserves a world that doesn't clip her wings. She tells him he already opened a window. They don't kiss. They don't need to. The intimacy is in every word. Every look. But rumors begin. A family friend sees them. Whispers spread. Her father calls a private investigator. Khalil is pulled into a dark corner after work. "You think she loves you?" the senator says. "She doesn't even love herself yet. She's playing. And you're disposable." Khalil doesn't reply. He just lowers his eyes. He avoids her for days. She shows up at his workplace, furious. "You let him scare you?" "No," he says. "I let myself forget I wasn't born to have this." She touches his hand. "You were born to have anything your heart wants." They kiss finally behind a dusty curtain in a quiet art studio. It isn't lust. It's surrender. The next morning, tabloids explode. Senator's daughter caught with immigrant worker. Cameras stalk her. Her mother cries. Her father breaks a glass. Her fiancé walks out. Khalil is fired. The police question him. They say it's routine. His sister Aisha is harassed at school. Isabella goes silent. Her parents seize her phone. Hire a bodyguard. Cancel all her plans. Khalil writes letters he never sends. Then, one night, she escapes. Through the kitchen window. She finds him at the bridge where they first dreamed together. "They think they can erase you," she says. "But you're the only part of me that's ever felt real." He holds her. Quiet. The city lights flicker behind them. The next day, a protest begins outside the senator's home. Students hold signs. Artists hold her paintings. One canvas says, "Love is not a scandal." Khalil is taken again. This time, it's not subtle. He's dragged into a black SUV. No warrant. Just threats. Isabella goes live on social media, in tears. "They've locked him away because he made me feel human," she says. "Because he dared to be seen. I won't be silent." Millions watch. The world reacts. A judge orders Khalil's release. No charges. No apology. Just silence. Isabella waits at the gates when he walks out. She runs to him. They don't speak, they just hold each other in a way that says, "This isn't the end. It's the start." Weeks pass. Her family cuts her off. Her paintings are rejected by galleries. But she's free. He gets a job teaching kids how to read. She paints murals across Kigali. They move into a tiny flat where the floor creaks and the water leaks, but they laugh every night. One evening, as they lie under a ceiling of string lights and sketches, Khalil turns to her. "I'm not rich," he says. "You're everything they never were," she whispers. And they fall asleep in love, in truth, in peace. They sit in the corner of a dim cafe tucked between a flower shop and a bakery no one rich ever visits. The rain taps gently against the window. Isabella hides under a black hoodie. Khalil stirs his tea slowly, hands worn but steady. "You always look over your shoulder," she says, sketching him casually. "I'm not used to being safe," he replies, a quiet edge in his voice. "Back home, even the air had fear in it. Rwanda taught me to run fast, speak less, and protect what matters." She puts her pencil down. "What matters to you now?" He looks up, then down. "My sister, Aisha. She's 16. She wants to be a lawyer. I work every job I can just to keep her in school." Isabella softens. "You work and dream for two." He nods. "Maybe for the first time, I want something for me too." They start meeting in city gardens before dawn where no one recognizes her and no one questions him. She brings him books. He brings her poetry scribbled on napkins. They sit on benches, pretending the world doesn't exist past the gates. One morning, she asks him to stand still. She sketches him quickly. His side profile. His hands. His eyes when they're watching the sky. He laughs. "What are you drawing?" "Freedom," she says. "Or maybe how it looks when someone finally sees me." He smiles. "Then sketch a mirror." They keep their meetings quiet. Anonymous cafes. Public parks. Hidden spots behind art galleries. She lies to her parents. "I'm going to see Daniel." But she's never said his name without feeling a hollow echo in her chest. Khalil teaches her how to make Rwandan tea. She teaches him how to fake confidence at fancy dinners. She walks barefoot when she's with him. He writes in his journal, "Isabella feels like the one truth I've touched with both hands." But the lie can't last. One afternoon, as they sit beneath a tree, sharing street food and sunlight, a voice calls out, "Isabella." She freezes. Turns. It's Mrs. Ellis, her father's old colleague. Diamond earrings. Judgment in her bones. You know him?" she asks, confused. Isabella stands quickly. "We were just..." But Mrs. Ellis has already pulled out her phone. That night, Khalil gets called into the manager's office. His shift is cancelled. Permanently. "You've drawn attention," the manager says. "We can't afford drama." Isabella finds out the next day. She races to his apartment, breathless. He opens the door, but barely. "They're watching me," he says, defeated. "Your father's people. I know it." She steps inside, angry. "So what? We hide. We bow. They can ruin my life. Deport me. Hurt Aisha. You don't know how power works until it works against you." Her voice cracks. "Then let me use mine for once." Khalil turns away. "And be the scandal they warned you about." She walks up to him, eyes burning. "I don't care if I'm the scandal. I care that you don't trust that I'd walk through it with you." A long pause. The silence stretches like wire. "I do trust you," he says finally, quietly. "I just don't trust the world you come from." She reaches for his hand. "Then come build a world with me." He doesn't answer, but he doesn't let go. That night, she sleeps on his couch for the first time. A thunderstorm rolls in. They lie in silence, the city howling outside. And though nothing happens, everything changes. They're no longer pretending this is temporary. But somewhere in her father's study, a photo is printed. Blurry but clear enough. Isabella, in Khalil's arms, laughing in a place she was never meant to be. And it's only a matter of time before that photo becomes a weapon. Khalil is summoned to a quiet office on the upper floor of an old government building. The windows are tinted. The walls are wood and silence. Senator Monroe leans back in a leather chair, fingers pressed together like a man who's used to hearing yes before he even speaks. Khalil sits across from him, shoulders squared but quiet. The room smells like power. "You think this is love?" the senator begins, eyes sharp. "It's not. It's rebellion with a heartbeat." Khalil doesn't flinch. "Men like me build legacies. Control optics. Clean messes. You're a detour. A distraction. A fantasy for a girl who doesn't know the world will bury you when it's done using you." Still, Khalil says nothing. Senator Monroe leans forward. Cold. Slow. "You're a phase. She'll thank me later." He reaches into a drawer and slides over a check. "Take this. Disappear. Get on a bus. Maybe even help your little sister become something. But stay away from Isabella." Khalil stares at the check. Then at the senator. "I don't want your money," he says. The senator smiles slightly. "You will when the pain starts." That evening, Isabella's phone is confiscated. Her mother pretends it's a family detox. Then she announces a surprise, a 2-week family-only retreat in a private estate on an island, disconnected from the internet, the city, and everything that breathes freedom. Isabella sees through it instantly. "You think keeping me prisoner is going to kill what I feel?" she snaps. Her mother doesn't flinch. "Darling, we're not trying to kill it. Just help you forget." That night, Isabella sneaks out of the house but is intercepted at the gate by a new guard hired just for her. Meanwhile, Khalil sits in his small room, hands shaking as he tears the check in half. The pressure seeps in like smoke under a door. He can't sleep. He can't think straight. The walls feel like they're watching him. Aisha finds him sitting on the floor, staring at a blank page. "You saw him?" she asks. Khalil nods. She sighs, then kneels beside him. "I know what it's like to fall for someone who's too big for your world. But love isn't just about holding on." He looks at her. She continues, "If you love her, don't hide her. But don't lose yourself either. Don't become someone you can't recognize, even in the mirror." Khalil blinks back emotion. She kisses his forehead. "Fight for her. But don't forget to fight for yourself too." Later that night, he opens a fresh notebook. He starts writing letters. The first one is simple. "Isabella, I don't know where you are. I just know you're not here. And the world is too quiet without you in it. Your voice, your courage left a space in me. I don't want to fill it with bitterness. Just with more of you." He writes another the next day. Then another. "I sketched the park bench we always sat on. The pigeons still come by, but I think they miss your crumbs. I saw someone wear a scarf like yours, and my breath caught. Please be safe. Please still believe in us." He doesn't know if she'll ever read them, but he keeps writing, as if each letter is a rope tossed into the dark, hoping she'll grab hold. And far away, on a manicured estate surrounded by ocean and silence, Isabella stares at the sea every night, trying to sketch his face from memory. But every line trembles. Every drawing feels incomplete. Because the only thing missing is him. The sea stretches wide and blue, but it doesn't calm her anymore. Isabella stares out from the edge of the island resort, wind whipping her hair, her sketchbook lying untouched beside her. 4 days, she has been surrounded by silence disguised as luxury. Her phone is still locked away. Her freedom, padded in satin and guarded gates. She doesn't say goodbye. In the early hours, she climbs the back fence, barefoot, hoodie zipped up. She pays a fisherman to ferry her back to the mainland. Her hands shake as she texts a single word from a stranger's phone. Bridge. Hours later, Khalil waits on the old railway bridge. The same place they first dreamed of running. He doesn't know if she'll come, but something in his chest tells him to wait. When she appears, breathless, hair wild from wind, he barely believes it's real. She runs into his arms without a word. He holds her like he's anchoring his whole soul. They say nothing for a long time. Then she whispers, "I missed you so much it made my bones ache." He pulls back, tears caught in his lashes. "They tried to break us. They forgot," she says, "I'm already broken without you." They kiss slow, deep, like two people trying to breathe each other in. But not far away, behind a parked car, a shutter clicks. The next morning, the world explodes. Tabloid headlines. Senator's daughter in scandal with Rwandan refugee. Isabella Monroe runs off with illegal worker. Political family in disgrace. Screens flash. Twitter trends. Talk shows mock. The senator's press team scrambles. Donations are pulled. Public appearances are cancelled. Her mother smashes a glass in the kitchen. Her father slams his phone down, yelling into empty rooms, "She will not destroy this family." Meanwhile, Khalil's landlord gives him a notice. Anonymous threats slip under the door. Aisha gets followed home from school. Isabella refuses to hide. She walks hand in hand with Khalil through the street, face uncovered. Paparazzi follow. She looks into every camera and smiles. "I'm not ashamed," she says once, to a reporter. "Love isn't shameful. Oppression is." Khalil stands beside her, not as a shadow, but as her equal. But power doesn't fall quietly. The next day, Khalil is arrested under vague accusations, immigration violations, disturbing public order. There's no trial. No questions. Just silence. Isabella shows up at the detention center with a lawyer, cameras, protesters. They're denied entry. She steps onto the hood of a police car and speaks to the crowd. "My name is Isabella Monroe. My father built walls. I was raised inside them. But Khalil tore them down not with rage, but with love. And that's why they're afraid of him." The video goes viral. All around the country, people gather. Artists paint murals of Khalil. College students wear shirts that say "Let love breathe." Even celebrities post support. And inside his cell, Khalil writes on the wall in pencil, "They can cage the body, not the soul. They can silence me, but not the truth. And the truth is, I love her." Isabella waits outside every day, reading his letters live online, turning them into spoken word poems. One video hits 4 million views in 48 hours. And somewhere in the cracks of power and privilege, a movement starts. The door to Khalil's apartment slams shut behind two uniformed officers. No explanation. Just firm voices and cruel glances. His second job lets him go by text. Bad press, they say. Too risky. Aisha hides behind their couch as men in suits flash badges and ask questions they don't really want answered. Neighbors stop saying hello. His name isn't Khalil anymore, it's that boy from the news. The refugee who stole the senator's daughter. Across the city, Isabella stares through her bedroom window. Her phone is gone. Her laptop, confiscated. The security guard outside her door is the same one who used to open car doors for her. Now he watches her like a prisoner. Her mother visits only to leave meals and silence. Her father watches the news with the volume low and the rage high. He talks on the phone with immigration officials. His voice always sharp. He doesn't belong here. I want him on a plane. Quietly. Now. Isabella listens through the air vents. That night, she scratches Khalil's name into the wood of her closet wall. Meanwhile, Olivier, Khalil's best friend, an IT genius with sarcasm for armor, starts typing in a basement lit by a single flickering bulb. He sees the headlines. The smear campaigns. The lies. He cracks a local TV station's server. Schedules a midnight interruption. No commercial. No announcement. Just truth. The screen fades from a sitcom rerun into a dimly lit rooftop. A voice speaks. It's Isabella. We are not shame. Then Khalil's voice continues. We are proof that love crosses borders. The camera shakes a little, it's clearly homemade. He speaks from the heart. I didn't plan to fall in love with her. I just saw a girl in a cage of diamonds and knew what it meant to be trapped. She adds, they tried to silence us. They said he wasn't enough. But they forgot love has never needed permission. Images cut between them, kissing under a railway bridge, laughing over tea, her sketching his face, him placing a hand over her heart. "We're not asking for approval," she says, "just space to exist." The video ends in black. But the world doesn't. Within minutes, the internet catches fire. The clip is reposted. Translated. Hashtagged. #LoveHasNoBorder trends globally. Late night shows feature the story. Activists speak out. Youth movements erupt. Petitions demand Khalil's freedom and protection. Journalists start asking questions the senator refuses to answer. By morning, the Monroe home is surrounded by cameras and protest signs. "Let her speak," they chant. Love is not a crime. Isabella watches from the window. She places her palm on the glass, where the world finally wants to listen. And miles away, in a small holding cell, Khalil hears the echo of their voices chanting his name. He doesn't smile. He closes his eyes. And whispers, "She lit the match." The sky over the Monroe mansion is grey, but the people are vibrant, hundreds, then thousands, standing shoulder to shoulder, faces upturned, fists raised, voices chanting. Signs wave, "Let her choose." Love is not illegal. We are all Khalil. Cameras roll. Journalists push through the gates. Teenagers chant lyrics from the rooftop video. An old woman hands out drawings Isabella once posted online, sketches of Khalil's eyes, his hands, his strength. Inside the mansion, chaos brews. Senator Monroe's phone buzzes endlessly. His wife paces in heels. The living room smells of tension and wilted roses. Security guards whisper updates. The protest is on every channel. The wedding is scheduled for noon. Upstairs, Isabella sits on her bed, wearing the white dress she never asked for. Her makeup is perfect, but her face is numb. The mirror reflects someone else. Someone obedient. Someone silent. She looks down at her hand. A guard had tried to stop her from holding a pen, but she managed to smuggle one in. On her palm. Khalil is not less. He is more. A knock on the door. Her mother enters. Gentle this time. "It's time." Isabella nods. But as soon as the door shuts behind her, she walks the opposite way. She runs. Down the service stairs. Through the kitchen. Out the back gate. The roar of the crowd grows louder. Across the city, Khalil is dragged into a concrete-walled room. Two men sit across from him, folders open, eyes cold. They question his status, his work history, his relationship with Isabella. He answers everything calmly, until they ask, "Do you love her?" Khalil's voice never wavers. "More than I love air." The men pause. They close the file. A call comes in. They open the door. "You're free to go," one mutters. "For now." Khalil walks out, blinking against the sunlight. The crowd outside the station claps. Olivier throws him a helmet. "She's doing it," he says. "She's crashing the wedding." The church is already full. Journalists line the pews. Daniel stands at the altar, adjusting his tie, smirking like this is all still his. The music starts. But it's not Isabella who walks through the door. It's silence. Then footsteps. Rushed. Determined. She bursts in, dress flowing, hair wild, eyes on fire. People gasp. She walks straight down the aisle, past gasps, past her stunned parents, past Daniel. She grabs the microphone from the podium. The room stills. She breathes. "I will not marry someone I don't love." Gasps ripple. She turns to the crowd. "You raised me to believe silence is grace. But silence is just guilt with lipstick. I'm not ashamed of Khalil. I'm proud." Camera flashes blind. Her mother covers her mouth. Her father's face hardens. "He is not less," she says, louder now. "He is more. More honest. More human. More mine." The doors swing open behind her. Khalil stands there, breathless, hands trembling, but standing tall. She turns. Their eyes meet. He walks to her, takes her hand. She steps back and hands him the mic. He holds it gently. "I never thought I'd be seen. Not like this. Not by the world, and not by someone like her. But love doesn't care about background checks or birthrights. It only asks, is it real? He looks at her. And this is real. A long silence. Then someone claps. Then more. Then the room erupts applause, cheers, standing ovation. The cameras flash like fireworks. Her mother sits down and weeps, quietly. Not for shame but for release. Her father walks out without a word. Outside, the crowd roars as Isabella and Khalil step into the sunlight hand in hand. The protest becomes a parade. The chant changes to a song. Somewhere, Aisha watches from a cafe screen and smiles, whispering, "They did it." And in that moment, it's no longer rebellion. It's history.